Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unlock 5 essential secrets to mastering English vocabulary, starting right now. You know that feeling, right? That overwhelming sense that there are just too many words to learn? It can feel like you're staring up at this giant mountain, not even sure where to start climbing. But what if I told you there's a much smarter way to get to the top? It all starts with knowing the right path. See, you don't need to learn every single word out there to be fluent. Nope. You just need the right ones. Okay, let's dive right in. Secret number 1, it's all about focus, not force. Think about it. Every great journey needs a map, right? Well, learning vocabulary is no different. So instead of just trying to learn every word you see, you start with the Oxford 3000. This is a list put together by language experts, and it's basically the absolute essentials for communication. We're talking about words like water and eat, of course, but also those really crucial connector words like because and although, the stuff that's like the glue for a real conversation. And get this is the amazing part. These 3,000 words, they're your key to understanding something like 90% of normal everyday English. We're talking conversations, articles, books, you name it. It is the ultimate shortcut. And just look at that number, 3,000. That's not a mountain, that's a manageable goal. It's a clear destination on your map. You can actually track your progress and see exactly where you're headed. All right, so you've got your map, now you need the right tools for the journey. And the first tool is learning to be a kind of word detective, finding clues that are hidden in plain sight. So imagine you're reading and you see a new word, something like nocturnal. Your first instinct might be to just immediately grab a dictionary, right? But wait, hold on. A great detective always uses the evidence at the scene first. Instead, look for clues that are hidden right there in the sentence itself. The answer is often just sitting there, waiting for you to find it. So what does the rest of the sentence tell us? See that? The context of the sentence just gives you the answer. Unlike animals that hunt during the day, that's a giant clue that nocturnal means the exact opposite, active at night. And the best part? This keeps you in the flow of reading and learning without having to stop all the time. Okay, let's move on to our next secret. This one builds on our detective skills to really lock those words into your memory. Yeah, it's about making your brain work a little harder, but trust me, the payoff is huge. This is a technique called active recall, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the act of actively pulling a word's meaning from your memory, not just kind of recognizing it on a page. You can think of it like doing a push-up for your brain. It's the effort that actually builds the muscle. See, passive reading can trick you into feeling confident, like, oh yeah, I've seen that word before. But active recall is what proves you actually know it. In fact, there are studies that show students who use active recall can perform up to 50%, that's 50%, better on tests than students who just reread their notes. That's a massive difference. So you're testing yourself, which is fantastic. But the timing of those tests, that's our 4th secret. And this one is a total game changer for moving words into your long-term memory. Because it's not about repeating endlessly like a robot. It's about repeating at the perfect moment. And that moment is right when you're about to forget. This amazing method is called spaced repetition, and it basically hacks your brain's natural forgetting process. See, every time you recall a word just as it's starting to slip away, you're sending a powerful signal to your brain. You're basically saying, hey, this is important. And that's what locks it into your long-term memory. So by spacing out your reviews like this, you're actually training your brain to hold on to the information for longer and longer periods. And the cool thing is there are tons of apps out there that can totally automate this schedule for you, which makes it super, super efficient. All right, our final secret. This one is probably the most creative and fun way to make new words absolutely unforgettable. It's all about creating these powerful mental hooks that your brain just can't ignore. Okay, let's take a simple, common word you want to remember. How about account? You know, like a bank account or to give an account of what happened. Now, the first step is to connect the sound of that word to something familiar and visual. So account, it kind of sounds like account, doesn't it? So let's picture a famous vampire account. Okay, now for the magic part. We also need to remember the AC at the beginning, so let's create a crazy, really vivid mental picture. How about this? An air conditioner, an AC, falls right out of a window and lands on the count. I know it sounds silly, but the crazier and more vivid the image is, the more powerfully it'll stick in your memory. Trust me, you'll never forget that. So let's recap everything. You have a clear map to follow. That's the Oxford 3000. And now you have 4 incredibly powerful tools to make the journey. Being a word detective, testing yourself with active recall, timing it perfectly with spaced repetition, and making words stick with those crazy connections. That mountain of words, it doesn't seem so impossibly high anymore, does it? You've got the secrets now. The path is clear. Your journey, it starts right now.